Few opera lovers would dispute that the leading tenor roles in Berlioz's Les Troyens, Wagner's Tristan and Isolde and Verdi's Otello are the most fiendishly difficult roles to sing in the entire tenor repertory. Should a tenor appear today who could sing and act these three roles and prove definitive in each, the opera world would reel in disbelief. No contemporary singer is satisfactory in any of them, let alone all three. Yet there was a tenor who was indisputably the greatest interpreter of all these roles during his career, and who sang them all within a 6-week period at the Metropolitan Opera in early 1974. This is the stuff of operatic legend, and Canadian tenor Jon Vickers indeed accomplished this at that time. I am in the fortunate position of being able to provide an eyewitness account of an accomplishment, which reminds us what the much overused word awesome really means. Jon Vickers' operatic career began in the 1950s and ended in 1987. In retrospect, the 1973-74 season at the Met stands out as the pinnacle of his amazing career. His first accomplishment was to sing his celebrated Aeneas in the first Met performances of Les Troyens. In 3.5 weeks, he sang that impossible role 8 times. I saw his Aeneas in the fall of 1973 and again in March. In between he sang Tristan and Isolde and Otello. While Vickers sang Tristan many times, he sang it only twice in New York. The second of these performances was on January 30th, 1974. He was partnered with Birgit Nilsson, the greatest Isolde of the post-World War II era. It was a fabled performance conducted by Erich Leinsdorf. It is often remembered as the finest night of opera ever presented at the newly opened Lincoln Center. I look back on it as my greatest single night in the theater, and it remains so all these many decades later. After January 30th, the next Vickers performance was the first of 5 Otellos. Vickers presented his classic portrayal of the Moor just 10 days after the overwhelming triumph of his Tristan collaboration with Nilsson. His characterization ranged from the touching pianissimos of the duet to the terrifying murder and suicide that concludes Verdi's greatest opera. After the Otello run ended on February 27th, Vickers returned for one more Aeneas on the afternoon of March 16th. With that performance he completed the extraordinary feat of singing these 3 roles in just over 6 weeks. Vickers offered the audience something uniquely his own. He was able to communicate strong emotions while hardly moving. Vickers was the son of a Presbyterian lay minister. This fact, the devout nature of his own faith and his prodigious talent often vaulted his performances to the intensity of religious exaltation. Jon Vickers passed away in 2015 at the age of 88.